Hi, everyone. So I will be covering one of our readings, Understanding Adultism. To start off, what is adultism? The word adultism refers to behaviors and attitudes based on the assumption that adults are better than young people and entitled to act upon young people without their agreement. This kind of mistreatment is reinforced by social institutions, laws, customs, and attitudes. If we really think about it, most young people's opinions are not taken seriously. They are controlled in a way of being told what to do and when to do it by a higher authority, such as an adult. I mean, the essence of adultism is disrespect of the young. When I was younger, my mom controlled what I wore, what I ate, when to go to bed. I remember specifically one time I was getting ready to go to a birthday party, and my mom was doing my hair. And I specifically asked her not to do a certain hairstyle on me because I just hated this specific hairstyle and she loved it on me. But despite how I felt, she did it anyway. And so, of course, I started to cry because I hated this hairstyle. So, because I was crying, I was no longer able to attend this birthday party. So, when you're young, your emotions are typically considered immature, while not being included in any decision making either. So, some common occurrences of disrespect towards young people would be physical and sexual abuse. This is an extremely widespread form of disrespect, even though there's laws in place against such abuse. We also have non physical punishments in which young people are criticized, yelled at, invalidated, insulted, intimidated, made to feel guilty, or even denied certain privileges. Young people are also denied control, which means that most decisions are made for them. Young people are not respected in a way of being talked down upon, voices going unheard, and concerns being ignored. This can be considered as verbal interactions. Another common occurrence of disrespect happens through community incidents, such as being followed by security guards in stores, chased by police for no real reason except for looking like they're up to no good. I feel like the Black youth experience more disrespect in this specific area than any other. I feel like I experience this today, even though I am an adult, but people tend to think I'm younger than what I am. So oftentimes when I go to restaurants, I feel as though I'm not being taken seriously, where I'll notice my waiter spending more time at a table surrounded by older people, perhaps maybe thinking that a bigger tip will be given. And lastly, students are incredibly controlled in school. Students can't even go to the restroom without permission. Um, when I was younger, I had horrible experiences with my teachers and other school staff members. But as a child, I didn't see it as disrespect. I just saw it as normal. But now, as an adult, I can see that certain punishments given were a form of disrespect. When speaking about school, young people are forced to attend by law and by parents. Now, there are many laws set in place to protect young people. However, many restrict freedom of young people, and it really isn't until after the 12 years of attending school has passed that students have more of a choice in making their own decisions on continuing their education or not. But through adult attitudes, young people can tend to feel guilt for not doing what their parents want. For example, sometimes parents' disappointments or smashed dreams and love they never once received can heavily influence their children. A great way to reflect on what may be considered as adultist behavior is asking yourself questions like the ones I have on this slide. Such behavior that is projected onto young people can affect their emotions or feelings, which then can lead them towards acting out in a violent way or acting in through self-harm. Some are led towards joining gangs just to feel a sense of belonging, and lastly, isolating themselves. Oftentimes, the pain we experience as young people conditions us as we get older to accept further mistreatment, or it makes us act in oppressive ways toward others who are in less powerful positions than ours. When working within youth programs, it's necessary to reflect on our interactions with young people, such as paying attention to our tone of voice, content, or unspoken assumptions. By doing this, we can follow the general guidelines I have listed here on this slide. In order to create solid relationships with young people, we should avoid having an attitude that says anything the young people want is okay, because young people still need guidance, support, and correct information in order to succeed. We should also avoid misusing authority. Allowing adult authority to run the show is considered irrational behavior. By following the general guidelines I have listed here, while avoiding these two extremes, young people will be able to develop their own visions, practice decision making, exercise better judgment, while all learning how to grow in leadership. Thank you guys for listening.